Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Guess what we're gonna make today? Do you give up? Okay. I'm gonna show you how to make popcorn. Now, don't leave me. You would be surprised the people who are intimidated by making popcorn on the stove. Yes, it's the old-fashioned way, but, well, you could even get more old-fashioned than that, I guess, if you made your popcorn on an open fire. But I'm going to show you how to pop popcorn on the stove in a pan. It's not complicated, okay? Now, I'm going to show you how I do it, okay? So, popcorn in the pan. The number one thing that you should know is you need a heavy bottom pan. If you use a thin, flimsy bottom pan, this is pretty heavy, it's old. If you use a thin bottom pan, you run the risk of your popcorn burning. Now, some people like burnt popcorn, that's up to them. But you probably don't want your popcorn to burn. So, here I have, excuse me, I have a heavy bottom pan. This is the pan that I usually pop the popcorn in because it's an old reliable, I know it works. The next thing I have is some oil, and this is just plain old canola oil. So, what I do is, first thing I do is I turn my burner on, okay? And I turn it on high. The second thing I do is I pour just enough oil, I think you can see that there, just enough oil in the pan to cover the bottom of the pan. Now, when I was growing up, my mom used shortening or lard to pop popcorn. And because that's what we had. You can use shortening, you can use lard, you can use your oil. But you want an oil that can stand the high heat because this is going to get hot. Okay? Got my oil in there. See about how much is in there? Okay? Now, some people recommend that you put a couple of kernels in there and then when they pop, it's ready to put the rest of your popcorn in there. I don't do that. But if you want to do it, you can. So, the first thing, heavy bottom pan. Second thing is you want a lid with a vent. This is a lid with a vent. Now, if you don't have a lid with a vent, then once it starts popping up there pretty good, you want to offset your lid just a little bit so the steam escapes. Because the reason why popcorn pops is because the moisture builds up inside of the kernel and then that causes it to explode and you have popcorn. Now, I have some snappy popcorn here. It's my favorite. It's my popcorn of choice. I use it, I get it at my local Fairway store and I'm in Iowa and this is a local, well not local, but it is an Iowa product. And I prefer white popcorn. If you want to use yellow, that's up to you. I think the white is more tender. It's lighter. I prefer that. So now I've got my popcorn in there, and you can see I just have enough popcorn to cover the bottom of my pan because I don't want it to overflow. So I'm hoping that it won't overflow. Now, I'm going to put my lid on. Now, I have a vented lid, so I don't have to offset my lid. I can just put it on top. Now what I have here is I have a plastic container that I'm going to put my popcorn in. You can put your popcorn in whatever bowl you choose. You can see, because this has had hot popcorn in it, it's a little bit, you know, weird looking. Not dirty, it's just from the hot popcorn. You can see that I've used this many times for that. The reason I use this is because if there's any left, I can put a lid on it and eat it later. All right, now let's see what happens. you'll hear the oil start to sizzle. Okay? Now I'm just going to swish it a little bit. Now, you're going to have to shake your popcorn to make sure that the kernels drop to the bottom as it starts popping. But I want to warn you, if you have a glass top stove like this, don't leave your pan on the burner and shake it on the the pan on the burner, because you will scratch your glass top. I'm telling you that because I have experience in that. Okay, here we go. Now, get a pot holder because you don't want to burn yourself. So I got my pot holder here, just in case. And when I shake the popcorn, I'm going to put my pot holder on there because I don't want my lid to pop off, right? Safety, safety, safety. Okay. Oh, it smells good. Popcorn popping. You see that? I'm going to shake it up again. Make sure that all my kernels get to the bottom. See the steam escaping? That's why you need a vented lid or an offset lid. Okay? Pretty good. Now, here it is slowing down. Here the popcorn popping is slowing down. That's what you're going to listen for. You're going to listen for the slowdown. Shake it down a little bit more. And you will see that because of my method of putting the oil in and then putting just enough popcorn in to cover the bottom of the pan, you will see that my pan does not overflow. And you can do this with any size pan that you want. Okay? Any size pan. A big heavy bottom kettle, whatever. I don't know why it works. It just works. If you put just enough popcorn, no matter how big the pan is, if you put just enough popcorn to cover the bottom of the pan and in that oil, seriously, it doesn't over pop. Okay? So I don't know why it works. It just works. So I get a pan of popcorn every time. Now, is every kernel going to pop? Well, probably not every kernel, but this has done pretty well. You can see, maybe, that there's not, see, it's done pretty good. So, now the important thing is, while it's still hot, is you want to salt your popcorn. So when I salt my popcorn, I put a little popcorn on the top, or salt on the top, and then I shake it. Now, if you want, you could pop your lid on the top. I wouldn't, because I don't want it to steam up. If it steams up and the heat can't escape from it, your popcorn will be tough. That's why you need a vented lid or an offset lid. It keeps your popcorn from becoming tough. The moisture will make it tough. I'm going to taste this for salt. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Now, you can make your own popcorn. Okay? Seriously. You seriously can. This is really good. It doesn't have that much oil in it. The salt is good. Now what I'm going to do, pardon my crunch, I'm going to take this popcorn and I'm going to divide it up, because about 3 tablespoons of dry popcorn or unpopped popcorn equals a serving of popcorn, and I measured it one time and it comes out to about 3 cups. I did it exactly. 3 cups of popped popcorn. Now, that's it. So simple and so easy. And if you want really good popcorn and you are vegan or vegetarian, let's say vegan, put some nutritional yeast on there and it makes it taste cheesy. Good, good, good. Or take some of that Parmesan, sprinkle on Parmesan cheese, put some of that on there while it's still hot, and it's delicious. You'll have a nice cheesy popcorn. Okay? Okay. Okay. Now then, stay tuned because I'm going to show you a second way to make popcorn without your stove. Okay, don't go away. Thank you for watching. Please go to part 2 and I will show you a second way to pop popcorn.